What the is going on?
I like to party.
Jesus, honey, wax much?
This is Unwaxed
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
with Sophia and Sistine Stallone.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Hey everybody.
Hi.
How y'all doing?
Welcome back to another episode of the Unwaxed podcast with your favorite sisters.
Sistine.
And Sophia. You got the little vibrato in there. Do you hear that?
Every time we're singing in public, Sophia tries to harmonize with me, and it's never good.
Well, because one day it's going to work, and one day a talent agent's going to walk by, and suddenly we're going to sound like angels, and then they're going to sign us a record label deal, and then we're going to be global superstars.
I always thought about how some people are born with either a really good singing voice or they're just naturally gifted dancers. They can move their body. I have neither.
No.
I have neither. I'm actually talking to this guy right now. I know, breaking news, guys.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. And he was saying, oh, we should go dancing. And I said, you are going to be instantly turned off.
As someone that did do that on a date, not that, a couple months ago.
Yeah. Not it.
I mean, it's another thing to show him like you're bad at. It's just another like ick. You know, I feel like guys probably would prefer a girl that knows how to sway her hips on beat.
What do you think your ick is?
That I give a guy?
Yeah.
My ick?
Never thought about mine. I always judge other people's.
Ooh, I haven't actually thought of that. My ick. I feel like yours would be chomping a lot of gum. I feel like that would frustrate
I wouldn't
someone.
do that in front of them.
But no, when you're dating someone and you're in the same room as them for a long period of time, you're going to have the urge to chew
at least I'll
gum.
never smell.
I guess that's good. But isn't it true that gum actually doesn't?
No, it's a myth. That's what
Isn't the
people
sugar?
that are trying to cancel gum. It's the gum canceling community. They try to put that narrative out there. It's not. Don't believe everything you read.
Yeah, I guess for me, I crack my knuckles a lot.
Oh my God, yeah, it's
Like I
so
crack my
nasty.
fingers. Like whenever I'm just anxious, like I'll crack my hands.
I think my ick is I don't like being touched.
You don't. I actually, what's funny? So we went to a birthday dinner this weekend, and this girl and I were talking about how she misses human touch and companionship because she's single as well. And I was saying the same thing to her, and she goes, "Did you know that humans, to feel their optimal happiness, need to at least have 8 hugs a day?"
8?
8. And then I looked at her and she goes, oh no, she says to me, because she looks over at you, she goes, "Isn't it so nice to have a sister to live with?" And I go,
Well,
girl, if I walked up to Sistine right now with open arms to give her a genuine, authentic, sisterly, warm hug, she would retreat, cringe, and think I'm attacking her.
but it's not because I don't appreciate the hug from you. It was since I was little I did that. Like you and Mom, when you're growing up as a woman and your body's changing and whatever,
Yeah.
you were always so comfortable just like walking around naked, walking around like rocking on Mom naked. And Scarlett would do the same thing. And I literally was so I think I was like scared of my own body. Like, I had no idea.
So puberty made you...
I think so because remember
But you're not in puberty. You're 26.
You don't know that. I'm still developing as a young woman.
That's such a bad excuse.
No, but you remember when I was young, like I would never change in front of you guys. Every time you hugged me, I shriveled up.
I also think though today's reasoning is more so you haven't found anybody that you want to cuddle with. Like I genuinely do love cuddling, except at a certain point in the night where I'm like I get too hot.
I think I do agree with that because when you are really attracted to someone and it's a different kind of attraction when their pheromones and their smells and like their musk is attractive to you. I don't think I've had that with a guy for a long time where I'm like, oh wow, like I just feel ravenous.
No, it's so funny because I remember, for example, it changes the dynamic and the path of the relationship significantly because I remember I've been single for the last year and a half almost. And I remember there were dates with guys compatibility with mentally, communication, I was just on fire with them. And you probably had that. And there's some guys that I maybe didn't have the best communication with, but when I just saw them, I was so attracted to them. And therefore I ended up going on 5 times the amount of dates. Yeah. Even if I didn't think there was a compatibility, there was just something about them that was just, and like I wanted to touch that person. Like I just wanted to hold their hand,
Not me.
You just haven't
I actually
found-
think I scored lowest on physical touch for my love language.
I don't. It used to be my highest. Now I really love. I think I love. We're both the same in this words of affirmation.
Yeah, but
Tell
also
us you like us.
words are such bullshit.
I know. I also like gifts.
I'm a huge receiver of gifts. I will never say no
To flowers.
to a gift.
That's the thing. It's not. I'm not asking for a tennis bracelet. I'm also not asking for a Cartier watch.
I wouldn't say no, but I'm
I
not
wouldn't say
asking
no.
for it.
I would accept it. But what I'm saying is, like flowers. I think it's the act of doing things without thinking or asking for it, and they just do it because they want to do it. That throughout their day, on the way home, they thought maybe Sophia would love
And you know
a dozen
what's
red
weird?
roses.
I don't
And
know
I
if this is
do.
just because we grew up watching rom-coms where the guy would show up to the girl's front door, walk to the front door, pick her up in his car with flowers. Because guys obviously don't do that today, especially living in New York. No one has a car here.
Mm-hmm.
But when did that stop being cool? Like,
don't
guys,
know.
go to the market. Flowers are like $7.99, $11 at most. Okay, that's nothing.
You know
That's
what?
less than a cocktail you're going to be spending on her. And
yeah.
then you bring them. She will literally like you 10 times faster. Tell all of your friends
Yeah.
and her friends that you were the greatest guy ever for just the small little thing. Why don't men do that anymore?
You know where a great place to know someone is?
where?
The grocery store. I think grocery
That's a
store.
little
No,
stocky.
listen, hear me out. I think grocery store dates are so underrated. How fun it is to like pick up all the ingredients you want to like
Yeah.
set up a date at someone's apartment or on a picnic. Like I find those dates because it's pre-drinking. You're walking
Yeah.
around. You get to have so much visual things to play off of conversations like, oh, I remember you used to have that. And
Yep.
then you walk somewhere and then you have your bottle of wine you guys both chose together, and then you enjoy the time, and then you get a little boozy. I don't know. I feel like
So you
could really-
guys, listen up. If Sophia wants a first date, take her to the market.
just take me to
That's
the
what she's
grocery
asking
store.
for.
I don't know, or Trader Joe's, like one of those places.
Should we talk about our weekend?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a New York summer thing because last summer during this time we were working, so we never got to go out and we didn't have our days free. What did you call us? We're becoming Aperolholics?
Oh, Aperolics.
Aperolics.
We're Aperolics.
We have been day drinking every single day.
Yes.
And I don't feel bad about
So
it.
yesterday, I think it was the first day we actually resisted.
We had to say no.
We had to say no. But it was to the point where Sistine and I went and got a healthy dinner, and we're walking back, and we just saw a restaurant. And we go, that place looks like they would make a good Aperol.
Like, we need to go see if our hunch is correct. Just for research purposes, let's go see if this random restaurant makes a good drink. No, we don't need to see.
We're just Aperolics.
We are.
We are.
But the problem with us is Sophia and I will have 2 drinks, which doesn't do anything for most people, but we are falling off our stool at that point.
Yeah.
And then that's when the questionable decisions start happening. I remember, I think it was Friday,
Mhm.
and I had a rough morning. I got in a fight with my sister. I was
Not
like,
me, sister.
No, other sister. All good now, but I was like, dang, I really need a cocktail. So Sophia's like, I'm with you. We go to get
I
these
really
cocktails.
am the yes man. You tell me one thing, I will probably go. Other
Yeah.
than gym. She's asked me to go to the gym with her many times. I've said no.
I'm just
But
trying to
Aperol's
motivate
also
us.
yes.
Motivate us. But after I'm heavily tipsy, I said, Sophia, this sounds weird, but I'm kind of needing to feel pain right now. Not pain in my heart, physical pain. Let's go get piercings.
Well, she said that she wants to transfer the energy she feels emotionally to something physical.
Well-
and then I was a little bit concerned because I go,
No,
hmm.
that's why like a lot
gonna
of
ask me to
people
punch
think
her?
getting tattoos is therapeutic because it targets the pain that they're feeling somewhere on their body.
So we decided what's not
Which sounds
tattoos.
so dramatic. It was just a little fight.
So we're tipsy, but so we're like, what is a level less scary than tattoos?
piercings. So we just walked in, got some piercings. You guys are like, whatever, harmless, right? Saturday comes around. What do?
A couple Aperolics sitting on the street
And we go back to the
to get
piercing
another
place.
one around.
It's like, do you think we have an addictive personality?
No, I think we just don't have any restraint. I think
Like we're more think now or act now, think later.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's more we are just the why not. Like, there is a not. Why not? Why? Because, we don't need another piercing. Why should we not drink another Aperol? Because alcohol is not the best for you.
No
but
water.
Then we think, why not?
Why not?
Because, by the way, studies show that drinking Aperols increases your happiness by 100%. And you know who the scientist was?
You.
Me.
Yeah.
And you know who the study is on?
Sistine.
Subject? Sistine.
Yeah, that's me.
Sistine's a happier person, 100%.
I agree. And the funniest thing is every time we go home after a little come down from drinking, and I always try to validate the decisions we made during the day. And I go, every single time, how often are we going to be in our mid-20s, single, living in New York City? So I'm justifying these 6 drinks we just had.
And I just have a feeling that things are going to turn around very soon where we're not going to have this luxury of just...
Oh, you have a feeling?
I do have a feeling.
That you're going to be taken?
No, not necessarily. Maybe. Anywho, but speaking of with the come down from the Aperols,
Yes.
Sistine and I also have a sweet tooth. And this is the sad part. I said to Sistine that I really want to do a 2-week sugar detox because I have the most massive sweet tooth known to man. I'm someone that cannot have a without a sweet treat.
Yeah, but I think it's like an addiction.
Clearly, it's a sugar addiction.
You know how with anything you do, like waking up early, for example, the first 3 days, 4 days are going to be miserable and so hard. But then after the 5th day, you don't even think about it. It's like
Yes.
sugar because we have it every night. So it's almost like our body's saying, oh, time to have more sugar.
Exactly. It's just become a repetitive cycle
Yeah.
that I'm just used to. I'm like, why wouldn't I have one? But then I just saw a video where this girl did a 2-week sugar detox and I was like, whoa, her changes just in 2 weeks. I mean, your palate.
What was the changes?
So because we just keep having sugar, by the way, which they say is as addicting as cocaine, your palate
Dang
changes
it.
every 2 weeks. So once you cut sugar out completely for 2 weeks, your taste buds change and then you don't crave it anymore. You're not looking for that sugar
2
high.
weeks is a
2
long
weeks.
time.
But the puffiness in her face completely decimated. Her acne that she had, all of her little red flare-ups, gone. Her energy levels were more sustained throughout the day. And so I told Sistine, I said, I need to do a 2-week sugar detox. Do you know what we did yesterday? We walked by Magnolia Bakery and we got some
Hold
banana
on.
bread
This
pudding.
is your fault, Sophia. You said, hey, did you hear they have a new seasonal flavor, strawberry shortcake? One, how did you know that?
Because it said
How
on the
did you-
window.
We weren't
It
even
said on the-
near. We weren't
Yes,
even
we
near
were.
it.
We were. We walked past it. I only was the one that noticed it. I saw it said strawberry shortcake.
So if
limited
you
edition.
hadn't opened your mouth, I wouldn't have validated you and said, yeah,
But
let's go.
I know because I do love strawberry shortcake and whipped cream. So,
So
I was
you
like-
tricked me.
Well, you said yes. You,
You
could've
know
said
it's
no.
my weak spot. And to be fair, I did say one bite wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, and then we had half the container. By the way, so worth it.
So worth it.
So worth
don't
it.
care.
So delicious.
I stand by everything I've done this weekend.
I do too.
Actually, we had a really interesting introspective conversation. We were sitting with one of our girlfriends and I'm about a cocktail and a half deep. And when I'm at that level of buzz, I think I am
Sigmund Freud.
Yeah, I think I'm a motivational speaker. I think I'm a therapist. And I just start giving all of these nuggets of wisdom,
Yeah.
things that I don't necessarily
Unsolicited.
practice. Yeah, totally unsolicited. And I think I had also being in the environment we were, it was sunny outside, we're girlfriends sitting around a table having drinks. I really channeled Sex in the City in that moment. I was like, wow, we really are Charlotte, Samantha, and Carrie.
Yeah. Not
And-
Miranda.
You don't like Miranda?
I'm not a Miranda stan.
But anyway, we were talking about relationships and how hard it is, especially in New York, to find someone. We're all kind of on the same boat here. And I channeled Charlotte in this moment. And I said, you know, I made a pact with myself the other day. And I told myself, from this moment on, I will never cry over a man. Let me say that again. I will never cry over a man.
You do realize how hard that is to
But that's,
physically do.
But that's my point. I want to be able to control my emotions and know who I am so well to the point that I'm not going to let someone else's bad behaviors or bad reactions to things affect me.
And you're referring to not boyfriends long term. You're
It
talking
could be
about
anything.
I know, but that's
I guess boyfriends long
I don't
term.
think you should include I think you're talking about the day-to-day ones that you go on dates with that maybe you got invested in and
Like you
they
go on 4
ghost you.
dates, they ghost you, or
That's
you
the
guys
right,
have
yeah.
sex and it doesn't work out. Like
These are the
No.
beginning phase men.
Exactly. And I said, it is almost impossible to not get emotional during something when like you are vulnerably attached to someone. But in hindsight, you're going to look back at that a year later and say, what a clown I was for even letting a pipsqueak like that get to me. Oh, no, no, no. So then I had this epiphany, right? Circling back to my Charlotte moment. And I said, sitting here at this table with all of you girls and we're laughing and we're having fun and there's no judgment and it's just love and support and banter that you won't find really with any other partner that you could possibly have, because there's something really special about having a solid girl group.
Mm-hmm.
I said, what if men played a role in your life as a good provider, a great husband, a great father, but women, your girlfriends, are your soulmates, because your girlfriends are the only ones that'll know you on a certain level that no man could even try to understand or comprehend. And I'm not saying this applies to everyone. Of course, you can date your best friend and it's amazing. But there's a level of comfort, safety, security that only your girlfriends can truly give you. And I said, so what if men are just this amazing addition to your life that makes life fun, but the soulmates are your
that's what they
girlfriends?
said in Sex and the City, was that Charlotte was like, yeah, why are we are each other's soulmates, because they were going through all these rough times. And I do believe that. I feel like it's so important as women to have a group around you of women that you do trust. I mean, yes, you can always go into the factors of you can't trust everybody. Girlfriends have let you down. But I think in the beginning stages of any relationship, don't rely on that guy that you're dating to be like, oh, he's going to be my soulmate. Like, the girlfriends that you have around you telling you about those dates, helping you out, getting you ready, those are the soulmates around you. And I totally agree. When you were saying that to her, I was like, oh yeah. And she even was like, yeah, you know what? It's so true, because at the end of the day, like when life happens, you get married, shit goes down.
You get divorced.
Yeah, if you have that, who else is going to relate to you as a woman?
And be there
your
for
girls.
You. Yeah.
I know. I love that.
Yeah.
I really do love that, because especially if you're my sister, so I have that at least. But people that don't have siblings that are sisters, and maybe your brother you relate to, but you don't have that, then
it's just different. It's a bond that women share. And I think a huge conversation piece that we've been discussing maybe too often at this period in our lives is men, and why won't they call me back? How should I play this game? How do I be strategic so he calls me back?
Yeah.
And so we're spending all of this time and energy trying to figure them out, trying to get them to be attracted to us. But how often is it that we're switching the dialogue and saying, wait, do I want him? Am I attracted to him? It's like, I'm so tired of trying to prove my worth and myself to someone else, when the only people that I really care about being my best version to are my girlfriends and my family. And
No, it's the confidence. No, it's beautiful, because it's so true. And I mean, you can put this into any aspect, even if we're not even going into soulmates. You go into, rejection with like work, and you can go into rejection with men. You can go into rejection with friends. I mean, it's a really, navigating those parts of your life is such an insecure time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm about to go into a meeting after this where I have to pitch myself basically. And in my head, I was thinking like, oh, if it doesn't work out, that's so embarrassing. Oh, I'm not good enough, blah, blah, blah. And then I think like, who cares? Who cares? Like, I have my family and my friends. Like, why not just kind of dive headfirst into it and just see what works out?
Yes.
100%.
I think we're trying so hard again to make everyone like us and prove our worth to someone. But if they're not seeing what you see in yourself, then clearly that's not the right person to be around.
Totally.
The conversation we were having with our girlfriend is, she was speaking to a guy where she's so desperately wanting him to reach out and get his attention, but he's not budging. So there's constantly these games that are being played, the pulling away to get him to notice all this crap. So if you feel like you're in that position with someone right now, which I feel like I'm in that position with someone all the time, I have a new trademark. Here we go. Less is more. Say it again.
Less is more. I'm actually confused by that.
Let me explain. The less that you say to someone, the more that your words will matter. Just like how Dad tells us, when we want to write a scathing text message to piss some guy off and put our foot down, he says, Sistine, the best words that you could say are no words at all.
Mm-hmm.
That will read louder than any sort of angry, violent message that you could write to get him to respond. The less you try, the more he'll notice. The less available you'll become, the more he'll want to see you. So, like, I'm thinking, hold on, is it when you actually stop giving a shit and live your life for you, that's when you're going to attract the people that'll actually be worthwhile, do you think?
I think so. I think that once you start to live wholly for yourself, you attract the people that are going to be attracted to that. You know, you don't want to be something you're not. If you're pushing something, I mean, look, everyone says in life, if you force something, it's never going to work. Let it just come to you. You can work on yourself and be the best version of yourself, but that doesn't mean that everything that you're craving, wanting, desiring is going to be the best thing for you. So that's why you do what you have to do yourself, and then the things will come that is meant for you.
Yes. Yes. I think for this next chapter, and maybe it's because my birthday is coming up, and again, I told you guys last week, like I want a whole new perspective and outlook for this next year of my life, this next chapter. And I hope you guys do this too, I am done trying to prove to people that I'm smart enough or funny enough or pretty enough or capable enough or not crazy enough or whatever it is, because if they're not already seeing that in you, and they're not worth it to you. Like, do not waste your time anymore. I really love the let them theory.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it goes?
This was coined by Mel Robbins. I think that's what you were probably listening to. Yeah. I like that you got on the Mel Robbins train. And she kind of goes into the whole fact of like letting things happen that you can't control, just let them happen. She goes, if your friend is being rude to you, ignoring, let them. If a guy isn't calling you back and you're feeling like he's just never going to let them. If the guy doesn't want to hire you for that job and because he doesn't think you're, let them. It's not about controlling what they do, it's how you react. So just let them act the way they want to act. You focus on what you can control, which is how you're feeling, what you're going to do next, where you're going to go. It's never about, you know, persuading someone to be with you, like you can do what you have to do. Like you're allowed to go back and say like, I'm worth this. This is my value, but you don't have to, you know, beg someone to choose you. Let them do what they want to do. And also let you do what you want to do. And I love when she was saying that because it's so true. And when I listen to that, I'm like, you know what? You're so right. Because then things happen in life that are right for you. If you just let everyone else do what they have to do. Because by the way, everyone else is doing what they want to do.
Yes.
They're not thinking of you.
Nope.
There's so many times where I'm thinking to myself going, oh my God, I wonder what they're thinking of me. I wonder what this guy's thinking of me, this job is thinking about me when I'm pitching this. And then I realize they hang up the phone and they go back to all their problems, their life, their looks, their insecurities, their struggles, their worries, their happinesses, and their priorities. Let them do that. Let you do you.
Yeah. So I highly encourage everyone out there to have a couple Aperol, sit with your girlfriends, and hype each other up.
Yeah. I love those introspective girl conversations.
So much fun.
It is really, really fun. And I feel like it's just so underrated. I always say, actually, that's a good question. I always say there's like little things in life that I just love. Like the small things that just make you so excited in the morning. And it honestly kind of shifts your brain into like what you find gratitude in. Like for me, I know it sounds so simple. I'm like, honestly, there's nothing better than getting up in the morning and having my first sip of coffee. Like,
I know.
That's just a little luxury. There's nothing better for me is having a cold, crisp apple. Just that crunch, the sweetness. I'm like, God, it tastes so good. Like, I know it sounds so simple, but like when you start to think of those little things, like, God, is there anything better than a girl gossip afternoon with Aperols?
I don't think so.
There's literally nothing better in life. Like, I think it goes getting married. No. I'm gonna say having. No, I was gonna say baby. I'd say getting married, graduating college, gossiping with girls on a Sunday afternoon with Aperols.
I was gonna put the other one first.
Girl gossiping, then Aperol. I mean, gossiping with Aperols, getting married, having your baby. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe it should be ranked high.
Having babies, 20 hours of labor. That doesn't sound fun.
That doesn't really
for
sound
9
fun.
months.
Yeah,
Getting married, you're stressed out the whole time, and you're gonna be talking to 150 people thanking them, and you haven't even had a fucking slice of cake yet.
Yeah. I always say my favorite. I crave the weekends with girls. Do you know why?
Why?
There's nothing better than when you sit down at that table and one girl says, I have something to tell you. Oh, God.
No.
It's
When
like,
they started like this, no, you're gonna die.
No, you're going to die. You won't believe what happened.
Bye.
No, my
God.
favorite is the best is when you get a text from the girls and be like, you would not believe. And then everyone says, save it. Save it for dinner. Save it for brunch.
I think
save it.
how you described having your first sip of coffee, that is my joy that I find.
Yeah.
Women having a little gossip sesh, spilling the tea. There is no better feeling. I'm sorry, man, you cannot relate. What would be like your equivalent to that?
I guess it's something similar to that, where it's kind of like somebody will call me and they would probably be like, yo, I got something to tell you. Like, I got yeah.
But is it like drama with your own friend group?
I mean, it could be. It could be like they situationships that they happen in.
Do you guys like
Okay.
gossip?
Yeah, do you guys gossip?
Do you guys like
A lot.
see?
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna lie. I think guys gossip more than girls.
I love.
not gonna lie.
By the
love-
way, I actually feel like that is 100%
You know
true.
what? I think that's the issue. Women are now coined for being like catty and rumor spreaders and talking shit all the time, but men do it too.
No, they love it. By the way, you can't tell me when you go home and your girlfriend's like, I have something to tell you. You aren't just sitting on the couch ready to go
Like, you're
listening to
excited.
the gossip that your girlfriend has.
I think guys, and they'll never admit it, but when you are in a relationship with someone and you've gotten really comfortable and you're watching your trashy reality TV shows, they low-key start to like them because they're
yeah.
so filled with drama. Like I was talking to my guy friend the other day and he goes, have you seen the new Real Housewives of New Jersey? Because he was trained by another female he's no longer with. And I said, I'm telling you,
No, they love
guys
it.
love it.
They'll
never admit it though.
Because I feel like there's this narrative that they aren't supposed to be like, they're not that gossip. They don't really care about girl. No, they love it just as much because I'm sorry, life thrives on information.
yeah.
And tea and gossip. Like, what is your best friend doing with that guy next weekend? I want to know.
Can you imagine if gossiping, because right now I'm watching Bridgerton, can you imagine if the only form of gossiping was like a lady whistle down letter?
By the way,
and then
there
everyone
is
would be
that.
like, oh,
There is that. That's basically Daily Mail. That's basically
but something
Dumois. That's all of those
But there's-
anonymous sites.
there's too many things that get leaked. Like I'm talking, it'd be one page a week with like 3 or 4 stories.
yes. I mean,
So then,
but our version is Dumois, anonymous people posting tea on celebrities and gossip.
Foul. I think that's foul. How is that factual? How is that backed up?
It's just a very, very expansive version of what we're doing with girlfriends. It's like someone DM and be like, I just saw so-and-so at this club. It's invasive. I won't
That
lie.
happened to me once, actually. This is a crazy story. I don't think you know the story. It was when I was still living at home. Wait, I wasn't living at home at this point, but I slept over that weekend, I remember. So I went out to the club and I was dancing and it was a good time out in LA. And I was with this guy who is probably, I want to say like C or D list actor. Okay, so it was no one famous, but I've known him for years and he just happened to be there. So we were like dancing, it was fine, didn't kiss, didn't nothing, right? My dad is reading the paper the next morning and there's a little clipping on the side I think it was the LA Times,
Yeah.
with a photo of my face saying, Sistine Stallone spotted with blank at Hyde nightclub. The couple looked like they were getting cozy, sources say. And this whole thing, and my dad goes, Sistine, is this where you were last night? I go, oh,
That's
my.
awesome. By the way,
But like, why was that
you
in
made
the
it. People
newspaper?
care. Someone cares.
That was in the newspaper, and I was also like, first of all, gorgeous headshot. Thank you for that one. But like, this isn't news. This isn't news.
For some people, maybe the Sistine Stans want to know who you're cozying up with at a nightclub in
crazy is
LA.
that?
That's hilarious.
I know.
That's kind of my dream. I want some sort of tea, but good tea. I want like the solid tea about me.
Can you imagine if you were like going through a public breakup
I would love
Like,
like,
how do some people deal
I don't
with
know.
that?
I would love to be rumored with someone. That'd be so much fun. Like clear.
Ooh, let's start it. Let's start the rumor.
I've never been with
Which
them.
I have to say, gossiping and rumor spreading totally different. We
Yeah.
don't spread rumors,
No,
but we
there's
will
no-
spread this one. Who should we spread it about?
I don't have. There's not one person in the industry that I'm interested in.
Callum Turner.
No, he's with Dua Lipa. It's clear, and I'm over that. That was a phase.
What about someone like a little bit older?
I can tell you right now, there's not one person I'm interested in. It's unfortunate.
What about someone a little younger?
I think having crushes is just so underrated. I just
Crushes?
I love having crushes. I mean, like having a celebrity crush, like it's so fun having a little crush. But I don't have a crush anymore.
John Bernthal is my current celebrity crush. You know John Bernthal?
Punisher.
Yeah.
That is a very specific niche.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The hell?
Oh, you want to know why? Because he's got a messed up nose.
Oh,
He's
this
got
guy?
a messed up nose. Let me tell you. Look how hot he is, Sophia. God damn.
He is almost 50 years old.
He's 47. Don't age him.
First of all, I can't complain because my celebrity crush is Tom Hardy.
He's born in
so.
1976. Oh wait, he's married. So respectfully, very respectfully, he's very handsome.
He's handsome. Does he have children? He has 2 kids. They're both boys.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
He's 5'11".
He's small.
I'm already short too.
Yeah, they're all really short.
They're all.
I
Why
swear,
are all actors
are
short?
tiny. That's why
Well, you
men
can't
like,
have it all.
Well, that's why men like
know.
Jacob Elordi are just so popular because they're like 6'4", right? Isn't he like that
I think
tall?
he's taller.
Taller than that?
Yeah.
But it kind of
Jacob Elordi.
Euphoria. How tall is Jacob Elordi?
I think it's 6'8". Nah, I can't be
No way.
Let's see.
6'5".
Okay.
But you know, can I be totally honest? And he's a great actor. I think super tall guys on TV don't translate well because everyone else is really short, and you just see the height difference on them all. Unless he's playing a specific role, I think the 6 feet for actors makes sense for me because when their actresses are all 5'4" and under, like
Yeah.
literally, I don't see a lot of 5'10" actresses.
Yeah.
Walking
no,
around.
that's true. You know, it
You
is
know?
weird when I see those romantic scenes in a movie when the actor's super tall and then the female actor's like 4'11", and it just looks strange.
It doesn't work.
But I've always wanted to do that. One of those like intense on screen like.
I'm just gonna do
make
a
out
PSA. If
hot
anyone has a
sessions.
romantic script that they want to cast me in, I
No,
would
we were saying this
love
the other
to
day.
do it.
We want to be in a music video.
Oh,
I
no,
want to be in a
actually-
music video.
I want to be in a
so
romantic
bad.
like Nicholas Sparks film.
But you,
I
babe,
would
you cannot
kill.
act.
I would kill.
You cannot
I would
act.
Be in that scenario. That's where I thrive in.
Sophia,
Love,
you
romance,
cannot read
rain
dialogue.
makeouts.
You cannot read dialogue.
I can read, and I can
that's
speak,
good.
and
Okay.
I can also pretend I'm in love.
Sophia, we tried to get you to audition.
I
and
can't
it was,
act as a pretend drunk girl in the backseat of someone's pickup truck. We made that
this
clear.
This is the best
No,
story.
we've already talked about this
yeah,
story.
but that was years ago. Sophia was trying her hand at acting, and the scene that she was doing an audition for, she was supposed to be drunk. in
Yeah,
the
I was a
scene.
high school student in the back of a pickup truck with my
Right.
friends, and I was supposed to be hammered
So she gets a
and-
flask and fills it, right? And
with water.
no.
First,
not with
it was
water.
water. Yes, it was.
And then we watched it. We said, you know what? Actually take a shot because you need to loosen up a little bit, right? So then she fills it with actual like tequila.
Yeah, so I'm like going to pretend I'm actually drinking so I get the same reaction.
24 takes later,
I'm
flask
like
is empty.
hammered because I kept doing the takes over and over. So I've
It
taken
was-
at least 12 shots at this point. And I remember I couldn't even get through my dialogue. And then I
No.
ended up just telling my agent, who ended up firing me. He said, I was like, I can't submit anything. And then he was like, so we gotta let you go. You're just not
Not
getting
it.
anything. And I was
That's
like,
fair
you know
enough.
what? That's so fair.
See, that's why I think we'd be good in a music video because we don't have to talk.
Yeah,
we can
but
kind
I
of just
would
stand
kill
there.
to be in a Nancy Myers. If you're there, please hire me for one of your films. She does like it's complicated. Like I want to do a very coastal. Everyone loves romance films.
Yep.
Because everyone wants love, but we can't find it like this.
No, it's a green flag.
Especially in our generation.
It's
now
a green
AI is
flag.
going to be the thing that controls our dating life because we can't formulate a sentence anymore.
No, it's a green flag
It's
when
gonna
a
give us
guy
Riz.
says,
It literally is. AI is going to give us Riz.
AI Riz.
AI risk. And we're not gonna know. Us vulnerable girls are gonna get these insanely cool text messages from a guy like, what the heck? He planned this. Suddenly this AI robot's gonna plan everything. Plan the dinner, plan the time, plan the pickup, plan the text.
maybe that's my perfect man.
A robot.
I don't have to touch him. He doesn't have to touch me. I can turn him off when I want. I can use him when I want.
I don't think so. I think AI is gonna, you know what AI does? They gather all your information. And so that AI...
So what? I'm not hiding. Take my phone, AI. I'm not hiding
it's
anything.
It's going to know exactly how to
AI
manipulate
boyfriend,
you.
No. My
and
AI
then take
boyfriend can
over.
have my password. I'm not hiding nothing.
He's going to go through all of your search history.
Fine. Do you want to see my search history? Actually, I'm curious. Let me see your last 3 pages.
Fine.
Wait,
on Safari or
Safari.
TikTok?
Let's see.
Okay. I have 3.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
Colic babies.
Sorry?
Colic babies.
What does that mean?
Indie Lee toner face spray. And what was baby baking with grandma. Okay. So wait, actually, I want to talk about this. I didn't know this was a thing for babies.
Wait.
So
colic
there's something
babies.
called colic babies. And I'll tell you what I saw. This is crazy. And this maybe you guys, your ovaries might shrivel up when you hear this.
Oh, no.
I feel so bad. I saw this mom pop up on my page and she's sobbing. And the baby she's holding in her hand is crying. And she's jumping on this medicine ball.
Yeah.
And the baby's like, is kind of crying, but like it sounds like it's been soothed. And she's looking at the camera going, I haven't stopped bouncing on this ball for the last 3 hours because nothing else is making my baby calm down until this. And she goes, if I stand up, it starts crying. For some reason, I think before the age of, I think it's like, I don't know what month. I think 8 months before that.
Oh, it says it's prolonged.
Crying and
Crying,
screaming and not even tantrums, but they'll sob, and to the point where their faces are beet red. Like, you know, babies on a plane when they start sobbing. Imagine that for 24 hours.
Oh my God.
For every single day. So you go into the doctor, and there's a little thing called colic, and so the baby gets really, really frustrated for some reason, and they have no idea why.
It's unknown.
Look at so it says the colic cause is unknown and may result from numerous contributing factors. While a number of causes have been explored, it's
early
difficult.
form of childhood migraine.
It could be digestive system has a problem, your imbalance of healthy bacteria.
So why are you looking up colic babies?
Family stress. No, it was just so the caption said, my baby has colic, please help me. And so a lot of these moms started commenting, but then I was like, what is colic? Oh my God. These women, this one girl is holding this baby, sobbing back and forth, and she's like, I haven't slept in 4 days. I've only had 2 hours of sleep within these 4 days or whatever. And I'm just thinking, what? You have a chance of having a colic baby where it just, and then by the way, it does stop. It's not forever. There's a certain point where it stops, but that you have to, it's just a baby that cries all day long. And at a certain point it stops. But think about when you just become a mother and you just push this thing out of your body and then suddenly it doesn't stop.
You're making my tummy hurt.
That's what I'm saying. So that was one of them. The other one was a facial toner. And the other one was the baby baking with the grandma. Please look it up if you want to laugh.
How old do you think?
I think he
Probably
looks
2.
like he's 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
It is wait, actually that's something else. I could not tell you how old your child is.
If it's 6 or 3 or 9, I think it's
under
the same.
age, if it's under high school, I don't know what age it is.
Yeah, honestly, 14 and down, I have no clue.
I have no idea. Yeah, I'll do middle school.
Yeah.
Anything, elementary school, preschool, right when it gets, you could tell me your baby, you just gave birth to it 3 months ago. I'm like, oh, is it 1? Like, I have no concept of age.
Also, maybe moms that listen can answer this question. When someone says, oh, how old is your baby? And they're like, 38 months.
Oh.
Why do they do that?
Oh.
Why can't you just say like 2.5,
God.
you know?
Yeah, she's like, how
Or like
how
one
is your
in
baby?
one,
254
1 year,
months.
Like 1 year and like 3 months.
Is,
Why are they like 7,274
Does
hours?
that only apply for like the first year or two? And then it's
I thought it only applies
No,
to the
I
first
heard a
year.
woman
11
say,
months
like-
makes sense. 1 year, stop.
I heard a woman say
Okay,
42 months once, and I was like,
No.
I'm trying to do the math in my head. I'm like, what is that?
I know, I'm like
mean?
calculating. Beep, bop, boop, boop, boop. 12 plus 12 is 24.
You seem like the type of mom that would breastfeed even when your kid like knows how to walk.
Wait, say that again?
Like your kid's walking and you're still breastfeeding it.
Okay, first of all,
Because you'd be like, the nutrients, mine's gonna be the
I'm
smartest
not
baby.
mom on Times cover with her baby like on a stepping stool, like still breastfeeding. By the way, it is important to breastfeed. Apparently that does all the nutrients from your body is good. You shouldn't just do a bottle formula, but it's okay if you do. Maybe you're built different.
You know there are certain men in our life where you're like, they breastfed a little too long. Like they got mommy issues.
There's something going
There's
on.
something.
There's something, I don't know. Maybe,
something happening
yeah, I
there.
think, see, there is an importance for breastfeeding.
Yeah, but what if as an adult you drank breast milk? Do you think it's still gonna give you the same benefits as an old person? Who still drinks
Ooh.
cow's milk?
It
are you
becomes
guys, wait, are you guys still
toxic.
drinking cow's milk?
Yeah, the side.
You drink cow's 2%? What do you do?
Whole milk, whole milk.
Wow, you guys are men.
That's manly. That's manly. No, that's
Wait, a guy that
attractive.
drinks
I'ma be
cow's
honest,
milk?
I'm
What?
Not as bad as my dad. My dad, he can finish a gallon in like.
No
2
way.
days.
Does
Wait,
he
but-
still believe it builds your bones?
No, he just likes how it tastes.
See, that's wild because that means, okay, here's the thing. I have a whole thing about like lactose intolerant, gluten people, this, and that. Because, you know, when our parents were growing up, there was no gluten intolerances. Everyone was only drinking
Yeah.
whole milk or 2%. So it's like now it's like we have pistachio milk and cashew milk.
Yeah.
And all these
Walnut milk.
walnut milk, like all of oat milk. How do you milk an oat? How do you milk an oat?
How do you milk it up?
And now it's like
I don't think you can.
You
Well,
can
you
use
literally
blend
can't,
oat. You
but
can't call it oat milk.
when we were growing up, it was like we had a glass of milk every day, or you had cereal and you had to drink the milk because it's good for your
I don't
bones.
remember what milk
what
tastes like.
happened?
That was big milk propaganda. That's what that
That's
was.
propaganda. Okay,
Big milk
got milk.
propaganda.
All the celebrities got
Yeah.
milk.
With the mustache, the milk mustache.
Yeah, we got. We didn't get milk. We got
One
got.
time, I remember clearly the day I saw someone paint on the got milk.
Well, no kidding, Sophia.
No, but when I was younger, I thought it was a real milk mustache. And then I saw them painting and I was so like, oh my gosh. Clearly, yes. But when I'm a young kid, I don't know things. Like, do you believe in the tooth fairy at that point?
Honestly, that's just an entirely new green flag that we have never tapped into.
Yeah.
When a guy still drinks whole milk.
If I'm on a
strong.
coffee date with a guy and he goes, "Can I get an iced chai latte with oat milk?"
Yeah, like a skinny, no foam, extra whipped cinnamon dash. No, honestly,
If
if a guy just
like whole milk,
a guy just drinks milk, like he
Cecilia,
could protect you.
I'm not gonna lie. If I went to a guy's house and he had a glass
no, that's a little
full
weird.
of ice and he just pours himself a gallon of milk, like no, I would just be like, "What are you doing?"
No, but I
You
mean,
just
like
have
he's
water.
not using an alternative. Want to know real big ick? My ex drank strawberry milk and had it in his fridge.
How
like
old is he,
casually.
4?
He was like 27. Like casually, just always had strawberry milk.
Strawberry milk,
Which is a thing. It's good,
No,
right?
it's good,
you
but, like,
have it
who
like
drinks it?
once a year. You're not restocking it every week. That's
strawberry
crazy.
milk.
Strawberry
I had
milk.
strawberry milk in like almost
What was that chocolate?
Right?
Yahoo
a
or something?
decade.
Oh
Yahoo!
God, Yahoo!
Nesquik powder.
Oh,
Mess me up with the Nesquik powder.
chocolate Whoa, that
And
just
then-
that
that
was
was
so good.
Hershey's had the cocoa powder and it wasn't as good as the Nesquik.
Oh my God, it was different. It was
Oh
a
my
different
God.
it was a plastic one, and you could.
They had the
but-
carton too.
No, but I loved that powder stuff because you know it tastes like a malt milkshake. If you were born in the 90s, you were the last living breeds, maybe 2000s and then under. But
Yeah.
what year are you guys born?
I'm 2000.
You're 2000. Okay. So quick, I guess then 2000s known the Nesquik.
Yeah.
So 2000s and under, you get it.
like
You
here's
get it.
what we grew up on. Ready? Danimals,
Oh,
Gushers,
oh my God.
Trix yogurt, but in the long tube that you slide up. And now we eat kale.
Now I know.
I hate being an adult.
Now we eat
I
kale
hate being
and
an
we
adult.
drink milked oats.
All of a sudden, our metabolism stopped.
Oh, Yo Crunch.
Yo Crunch.
God, everything is so sad today. And my kids are going to be kids that are going to be stuck eating celery juice every day.
No, we're
drinking
giving
celery
them
juice.
Fruit Loops,
Gotta give them whole milk.
whole milk,
Yeah,
and cinnamon
there is
toast
Should
crunch.
have Captain Crunch.
My
Yeah.
kids are gonna have 7-pack, 8
They
packs.
need to be a kid though. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they gotta scratch their
By the
knee
way,
a little bit,
I'll
fall,
tell you.
get in the dirt.
Kids, I used to grow up with kids that parents didn't do that for them.
Gave
like
them
they
no
would-
sugar.
Gave them no sugar. Like I would remember, I would never forgot this. I went to a birthday party and the mom was just hounding her kid, like, "You can't have this. You gotta have apples with
how
peanut
about
butter."
this one?
And then I swear, he became the weirdest person. When he
This
grew
one
up.
mom, she was so strict about their diet and like what they would eat that one day we went over to the house to visit the kids and we brought over chocolate chip cookies and the kid took the cookie and said, "Are these blueberries?" He didn't even know what a chocolate chip was. As like a talking child.
in a cookie.
Blueberries.
The mom was definitely making sugar-free, oat-free, this-free,
Fun-free.
chocolate-free, fun-free. That's the
I
problem. And then,
know.
by the way, that's why those kids do drugs in high school.
Honestly,
Because they have no.
Dude, they grew up the craziest partiers
They became-
ever.
They start smoking. They go partying when they have
Yeah.
a little freedom.
It's actually nuts.
So if you're statistically, if you give your kid kale chips at 5 years old, the
You're
kid is
messing them
likely
up.
it's going to be doing drugs.
Eat the Fruit Loops, kids.
Eat the Fruit Loops and you'll be a well-rounded adult.
Yes.
Yep.
Just on occasion.
Man, when you were a kid, nothing mattered.
I wish I could go back for just 2
freaking
days.
mattered. Anyway, let's do a listener question, shall we? All right. She said, love your podcast. I've been tuning in since your first episode. My question is, when my guy kisses me, he keeps his eyes open the whole time. At first, I was nervous because none of my other boyfriends did that, but now I just figured it's what turns him on. I want to know from all of you, what do you think about when your partner kisses with their eyes open the whole time?
That's weird. I
actually had that happen to me, and I pulled away. I said, why are your eyes open?
I know, because you accidentally open your eyes and then you notice they're like
Yeah.
that close.
And he said, I like looking at you. And I never called him again. That to me is some American Psycho shit. But also it could be a turn on. So I don't want to shame anyone for their turn ons. It could be his turn
this
on.
is the
It's
problem,
just not for me.
is that
Red flag.
I already have a feeling you saying this, the guy is going to make him severely insecure and he's going to be embarrassed by it. And then it's something to not be embarrassed by because you have a preference. Like, I personally don't want to open my eyes and notice that you're staring at the bridge of my nose. Like, that's the preference. But I mean, that's also, you know what it is? And this is, I think, why people keep their eyes open. I don't think they're confident in their kissing.
I was going to say
and
that.
so they think they need to watch what you're going to do next. And I think that you have to make sure your boyfriend feels like he's confident when he's kissing you, because when he does, he doesn't even need to look.
Yeah. No, I think this sort of, and I'm throwing myself really far under this bus right now, but I think when, I'm not sure how old they are, but when I had my first kiss and I had no idea what I was doing. It was almost like I didn't realize that mine were open. And I was like, wait, that's not normal. But maybe he just is inexperienced or is subconsciously not even realizing that his eyes are open, I want to say.
That's
if
what I
it's
was thinking.
bothering you, absolutely say something. You should be comfortable enough in your relationship.
I wonder
But
how long they've been dating.
he might like it.
But is it full on making out? Or
Yeah.
Is okay.
Yeah.
It's just
A
a
peck,
is
it's
I
fine.
understand.
I think you should be comfortable enough in your relationship to tell your boyfriend, hey, why do you keep your eyes
You
open?
know what?
Just ask him.
You know, because I feel like when I kiss, I can clearly close my eyes. I start, when I close them, you can tell them this, maybe try to visualize what I could do next. When thinking about it, maybe he's overthinking it and not just feeling it, feeling the rhythm, feeling your body. Because
He's maybe nervous.
that's what I'm saying, is that he doesn't, when I said back to the confidence, but maybe tell him hey, when you do close your eyes, just feel me, feel what I'm doing.
Ooh,
feel,
she said, feel me.
but feel the rhythm,
Ooh.
feel my energy.
You need a kiss, girl.
But you can, but just because there's a tone to every kiss. It's
like
very,
a dance.
and you can feel,
it's a dance.
and you just feel it. I can feel it right now when the energy.
You can feel it right now.
No, but I just am recalling. You just feel when the energy is starting to pick up a little bit, just based on what they're doing.
Yeah.
If they're going a little harder, just tell them to have the confidence. Just feel you out, rather than have to.
And
see
sometimes
it.
if guys don't exactly have the same rhythm that you're going at, you're gonna kind of need to not verbally instruct him, but show him with your mouth, I guess,
And
what to do, and he'll pick up on it.
And I will say, you can teach someone to be a better kisser. You
Oh
really
yeah,
can.
everyone's
You can.
teachable, guys. Everyone's teachable.
Everyone can be a student.
And we'll end on that note. Thank you guys so much. That was a roller coaster of an episode. Make sure you subscribe to our Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Spotify. Please DM us your listener questions and
also, please DM us because I know some people were confused by that. We do read the DMs if you have a question there.
Yes.
And maybe we'll make a question box eventually so that makes it easy. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.